And hello everyone, Lights and Gear is back with another video. I have the latest flashlight from Zanflare. If you're familiar with them at all, a couple of months ago, well, a little more than that, back around Christmas time I guess it was, we had the first Zanflare flashlight that came out, which was a regular 18650 light, and it's proven to be a pretty good light, a first product from a pretty new company. But right now we have, I believe, the first Zanflare keychain flashlight to come out. This is the F6, and there has been a lot of keychain flashlights of late. Within the past couple of years, anyway, the market for those has blossomed quite substantially. So anyway, Zanflare not to be left out of the mix. Whereas a lot of its competition from Phoenix and a lot of others have come out with, even Nightcore and so forth, have come out with keychain flashlights. So of course, not to be left out, they have their own version. So this is the little box it comes in. Here's the instruction manual, and folds out into everything you need to know about the light. Here's the light itself. It has a brass finish to it. And it's not quite as fancy as a few of the others. I recently reviewed the McArmy, which has a few more features than this, but you know, within the style and price range, they do have similar features, as well as the flashlight. You have the USB charging cable right here, because of course it is USB rechargeable. And this is, I haven't even taken this out yet, as you can see, but this looks like a very long, much longer than usual USB cable. Certainly longer than what the McArmy put in their packaging. But anyway, and the flashlight, by the way, when I first opened the package, it was sort of vacuum packed. So just as this chain here, here's the little chain that you can put around your neck and attach it to the end. The flashlight was sealed up in this type of vacuum packaging, just the same as that. So anyway, that's for your neck. Silicone gel. I don't think you want to do anything with that except throw it away. And here are 2 spare O-rings. Let's just run down briefly what it does. It has 3 modes, just low, medium, and high. It's a very simple flashlight, simple to operate. It's a twisty, so you just twist it on and off. But there are no flashing modes. There's no strobe or SOS, just low, medium, and high. And as you can see from the diagram here, low is 1.5, medium is 15, and high is 200. And there's your runtime on high, which is pretty low, 18 minutes, and over 4 hours on the lowest mode. They don't include a battery, but it uses the 10180 battery, the standard lithium type battery that usually a lot of these lights do use. So it is replaceable. It's not one like in the McArmy where it's internal and you never touch it or see it or smell it or anything else. These ones you actually have to buy yourself, and they don't usually have that high of a capacity. Anyway, as far as the LED, it uses an XPG, not an XPG S2 or S3 or any of those, just a regular XPG, and maximum output is 200 lumens, color temperature 4500 to 6500, and it is a twisty. It's also waterproof to IPX8, and it's also impact resistant to 1.5 meters. And the bottom of it is magnetic. This is magnetic right here. So let's do that. It sticks. So I'm not sure what use you would have for a magnetic keychain light. If you have it on your keychain, which I haven't actually done yet, I haven't put it on my keychain. I can see perhaps if the end touches something else that maybe it might magnetize itself to some keys or, you know, anything like that. So I'm not sure. I've never had a magnetic base on a keychain light before, so I'm not sure quite how that would react to other items that you have on a keychain. This, if it looks a little odd, is actually a whistle. So That's what that is right there. This is their defense mechanism on this light. Instead of having an SOS or a strobe, they have a whistle. I'm not going to blow into it. You know, there's a little piece right there. So I tried it when I first got it. I don't know. I guess it's okay. It didn't blow very hard as a whistle. And I'm kind of a germophobic, if I can even say the word. So if this were, you know, hanging around and touching keys and in my pocket and dropped on the floor and whatnot, I don't think I'd want to put my mouth to the end of that, even to blow it as a whistle. I suppose if I had to, or if I was in a terrible emergency, then I would put my lips to it. Anyway, that's what it is. It is a whistle for somebody who wants to use it as that, in an emergency, of course. So here's your LED, and it has kind of a little orange peel reflector here. It actually has quite a nice beam, and you can check out the beam shots on my written review at lightsandgear.com and even see what it does outside, which is pretty good. Now, it comes apart in 3 pieces. So as you take the section off here, here's your first piece with the head off. And of course, there's inside the head, you have a little spring there. And your second piece here, there's your USB. So I was going to tell you here about the charging portion of the light. Obviously, with the head off here, we've exposed the USB port there. So you'll get a little light in here, which will indicate that it's charging. So here you can take your USB, plug that in, and then the other end, of course. And as soon as you plug that in, you'll get a red light. So there's your red light. Oops, sorry. There's your red light. So that's red until it finishes charging, and then this turns blue instead of green, which you might assume it might change to. It goes from red to blue. So, and it takes about, well, the instruction manual, I haven't timed it. The instruction manual, I think, is probably right. It says about an hour to charge the battery when it's down pretty low to around 3 volts or so. And you know, it's a very low capacity battery, so it doesn't take that long, but it goes from red to blue. So that's what it looks like when it's in charging mode there. And take this off, and here's your battery. This did not come with a battery, which is kind of surprising to me. They do not include a battery with it. I already had one of these, but this is what you need. And this is kind of a nondescript 10180, but it works okay. And there's the inside of the tube there, which does nothing but hold the battery. So there you go. I mean, once you put the battery in there, you shouldn't ever need to have to take it out, obviously, because of the USB portion of the light. So once you have a battery in there, it should be good to stay. You've got 3 O-rings. There are 2 O-rings right there, and there's 1 on the battery portion there. And the beam, there's no memory on it, so whenever you turn it on, it'll be in low. You just twist it. There's medium. Twist it again. There's high. So let me turn off the light here. So this is high mode, and as I say, it's pretty good. It's pretty good for high mode. I mean, it's 200 lumens, so you can imagine, you know, there have been other keychain flashlights that I've reviewed before, which are in this range, 180 to 200 nice color lumens. Temperature. So they're going to I don't think you have any. There are no complaints about what the beam does. And here it is in the other room. Again, we're on the high mode right now. And you can kind of twist it. You can twist it with one hand. There's low, and there's medium, and kind of went back to low again. There we go. You just have to twist it quickly to get all your 3 modes in there. But here we are back on high. And as I say, if you look at my written review, you can see what it does outside with a couple of nice shots. So, you know, if you're outside, you have it on your keychain, you have to turn and look at somebody or a noise down the street or whatever, you know, it has pretty good coverage for the size of light that it is. And so it does pretty well. Certainly a lot better than a lot of other very, very cheap type of keychain lights you could get, or the type that they give free with lesser known flashlights and so forth when they include one in a kit with a flashlight and charger and all that. Keychain lights are garbage in those. But anyway, this is the Zanflare, and it's the F6, and there's the name right there, Zanflare. It doesn't actually say F6 anywhere on the light, so that's the only marking that it has. But the LED is pretty good, the beam is good, and you know, comes apart in the 3 sections there. You have your magnetic base and your whistle, and of course you can attach the attach this part to the keychain or attach the chain that they give you. But that's the F6. My friends, I was going to say my friends at GearBest supplied this to me, so if you'd like to click the link below and take a look at it on their site, you can pick one up there. There's also a link within my written review too, where you can purchase one of these as well. But it's not a bad light. They don't include the battery, and it doesn't have any flashing modes, but other than that, it's a pretty simple to use, very simple to use little keychain flashlight, which would be useful to anybody who needs a little light like this. So thanks for watching the video. We'll see you next time with more at lightsandgear.com, and take it easy.